Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda Quintana, and today we are going to be stamping a card. And I hope you join me and do it with me. So, today is Casing Tuesday, and that's the day when we take a card out of a Stampin' Up! Catalog and we give it a makeover. And we have a Facebook group for that you can join in, and you can share your cards on there too. Or you can just go and lurk and see what we're all doing over there. We all are copying the very same card. And so that's kind of the fun of it. The fun of it is like puzzling out how you're going to make the card your own. Or if you really like the original card and you have the supplies, you can absolutely make the card exactly as the original. But it's that kind of friendship and trying to work it out and seeing what everyone else does with the original design that kind of makes it fun. So today's card, good morning everyone. Today's card is, let me pull it up here. Here is today's card. And I love this card. And one of my team members pointed out that today is February 22nd of 2022. So there's a lot of twos in it. So she said this card was perfect for today because there's two rain boots in there. And she was going to try and make a card that had two things on it. Well, my card didn't quite work out that way. I because I wanted to use a bundle, and that bundle didn't really work as well for the two things. But it's kind of neat that today is February 22nd, 2022. There's just so many twos in it, and we have a original card with two boots. And it's such a cute card, isn't it? I love this original card. And this is a really good, simple, basic layout that we can all use to create cards. So I love this layout for today. If you have a little trouble figuring out the measurements, here is the sketch for today, and it has the measurements on it so you can kind of get a basic idea of how big to make everything. And you don't have to follow the sketch exactly. You can play around with it a little bit. I usually do because I like to make things my own, and so and sometimes a greeting won't fit in that size rectangle, so that's when you can kind of play around with it and have fun with it too. All right. Okay, so there are the cards for today, and those will also be posted on my blog, which you can, there will be a link down below in the description of this video where you can pop over to my blog. On my blog, I have pictures of the sketch and the original card. I have a supply list for my cards, so everything that you need you can get at the blog, on my blog, or you can head over to the Casing Tuesday Facebook group, and that also has all the information on there as well. All right, let's see here. I'm going to switch over my camera, and let's check out my cards. So I actually made two cards. One is with a sketch and the other one isn't. So let's focus first on the one that I made with the sketch. And I love this card because it's really simple to make and it's fast, and it uses the Friendly Hello bundle, and this bundle is a celebration product. It can only be earned for free when you place an order of $100. For every 100 you spend or every 50 you spend, you get to pick a free celebration product. And so this is one of the options. So I wanted to share this because we just have about 1 week left. Next Monday is the last time you can earn celebration products for this round. And it's such a great time of year to place an order because you get that extra bonus. So this is part of the Friendly Hello bundle. It comes with two things. It comes with the stamp set with all these beautiful images and greetings. And then this paper is just gorgeous. It's got fresh freesia, pool party, shaded spruce, pale papaya in it. It's just got really pretty designs in it. Just really nice for spring. Just so many lovely patterns. Just gorgeous. Anyway, they're 12 by 12 sheets, and you get 2 of each design or each paper. Okay, so then the other card I made, and this card we actually made during our team stamping night, and one of my team members, I don't know if Janine's on here this morning, but she shared with us how to make this card, and we all kind of made our own card, and this is the one that I made. And so I hadn't had a chance to share it yet on the blog post, and since they were both using similar color schemes and the same bundle, I thought I'd share how to make it as well. It's a really sweet card as well. So we'll be doing both of these with the Friendly Hello bundle. Okay, so let's start off with this card right here with the pool party card base. So let me grab all the pieces I need and put them aside. Okay, so first of all, we're going to start off with a card base, and this is kind of our traditional card base. It's a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 and scored in half at the 4 1/4 inch mark. And then you just fold it down. You can use a bone folder. This sometimes helps to just keep the card flat. Pool Party cardstock is such a wonderful cardstock to work with. Then I took a piece of the paper, and this measures 3.5 inches by 5 inches. And where did my glue go? Oh, you know what usually happens? It gets behind my laptop and it hides from me. I've done that twice now. Okay, so let me go ahead and just glue this. This is a pretty pattern as well too, but I like the colors on this one. So I'm going to use the colorful side and just add this. Make sure it's the right way around. Opens on the correct side. And I'm just going to add that to my card front very easily. Okay, so that's step 1. Now, I use the Scallop Contours dies. Just let me pull these out right here. And they've got all these lovely layers. And I'm going to use the second smallest scallop contour. And I'll use a piece of fresh freesia, and I'm just going to run that through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So let me just plop this down here. Got base plate number 1, thin die adapter number 2. I've got a cutting plate, and then I'm going to take my piece of fresh freesia and my die, and I like to put in, especially anything with a straight edge, I always put it through on an angle if I can, if there's enough room, because it runs it through more easily. And then I'll take my second clear plate and place it on top. And oh, you know what? It's a little lumpy. It wasn't sitting flat, so let me put it flat on this piece, and I'm going to run it through. And then I have this nice little die cut piece. So what do you do? Say you don't have like a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine or a die cutting machine. Say you don't have one and you still want to make this card. So you could just cut a piece of fresh freesia cardstock, and I would cut it to about 3 1/8 inches by, I'd say 1 7/8 inches. So just around that size, just to match this piece right here. And this, I cut a piece of basic white, and this piece is 2 5/8 by 1 3/8. And if you're trying to write down my measurements, go to my blog, because the measurements are all there in the instructions section. All right, we're going to take the Hello Friend, and this comes right from the Friendly Hello stamp set. And I'm going to ink it up in fresh freesia ink. I'm tapping, making sure I got good coverage. And then I'll just stamp this right on to here. Hold it for a few seconds. I'm pressing it down firmly. And I'll peel it off. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Okay, let me pop that away. And then we'll just take a little Tombow and add the two pieces together. And I just wanted this piece so it would fit nicely within these lines right here. That's a little crooked. There. So you could see some of the lines around there and some of the embossing that that die has. All right, let's bring in the cards again, and we're going to adhere this onto here. I love the paper because really sometimes it's just easy and fast to use paper. It's much faster than, of course, making your own. And I'm just gonna put this, it's gonna be about 1/4 of an inch from that edge and maybe about 1 and a bit inches from the bottom. You know, honestly, it really doesn't matter how far, where you put it on here. I just want to make sure I have enough room to put my bow on there. Okay, so then I'm going to grab this bow that I tied earlier, and I'd like to adhere my bows with tear and tape rather than a mini glue dot because tear and tape has a little bit more surface area. And I'll just put it right on the loop and tear off a piece. So maybe it's about 1/2 inch along the loop, depending on how big your bow is. I just kind of try and cover a good portion of that loop. And then I just need to remove the backing. Press it down first. Peel it off. Press it down. Sometimes one end will peel better than the other end. There we go. All right, and then I'm just gonna stick this down here. And this is the fresh freesia. Let me grab this ribbon. This is my favorite ribbon. It comes in 5 different colors. The 2021 to 2023 in colors. I hope we keep it around for another year. We have a new annual catalog coming up in May. And this is called Open Weave Ribbon. And it just ties really nicely and it's just really gorgeous. You can also color it with Stampin' Blends. So it has a lot of uses. It's very versatile. Okay, and then I'm just going to come in and just trim my ends just a little bit on an angle. Okay. And then we'll add some iridescent rhinestone jewels. These are my favorite new embellishment of the catalog. They're so neutral and sparkly. They're just really easy to pop on cards. So I'm just going to add a few on here. And, you know, placement, you can just kind of decide where you're going to pop things. Yeah, I'll put one right there. Okay. So there's the card. It's very easy, right? Because the layout basically was just one big rectangle and a little greeting piece right here. So that card was really easy to put together. You could also stamp something in this big layer, but I chose to use paper. So this is my focal point instead of the background being my focal point. My background is kind of just helps frame up this nice little greeting, hello friend. Okay, let's make the other card, even though it's not, oh, you know what? We forgot to do the inside. Let me just do that real quick. The inside's really simple. So I just cut myself a piece of cardstock. This is 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. And I'm going to use some Pool Party cardstock. And look, this little bird is part of the stamp set. So I'm just going to ink this up in Pool Party ink and stamp it down here in the corner. Just easy peasy, right? Okay, come here. And then we can just add that to the inside just to finish it off. And don't forget to stamp on your envelopes too. Sometimes when I'm in a rush, I don't, but that's what makes cards, our hand stamp cards, really special. All right, see, isn't that pretty? And it matches the inside, and you can see the bird is in Pool Party as well on the outside, so it kind of makes a lot of sense. Okay, now I'm finished that card. Now let's move on to the next card. So I kind of did what I thought was the easy way to make this card. So you can start off there's 2 ways you can kind of cut it. I'll tell you the way that it was taught to me, but then I changed it a little bit because I think it just made it easier in my mind. So you can take a piece of 11 inch by 4 1/4 inch cardstock, and then you can cut off 2 1/2 inches off of one end. Okay, and you have that piece. The piece that's remaining is 8 1/2 by 4 1/4. And then you score it at the 5 1/2 inch mark. Okay, so you come up with something like this. All right, so the way that I did it in the instructions though, because that's kind of hard to explain written out. So this piece really is 8 1/2 by 4 1/4, and then you score it in the 5 1/2 inch mark. Okay, and then you just fold it along the fold, the score line, and then it creates this card right here. And then you'd cut this piece a little bit later, so we'll just reserve that. And then we're going to take a piece of basic white cardstock, and this one measures 5 1/4 inches by 4 inches. Oh, you know what? I don't have my flower here. Okay, so on my card, I'm not going to do this on this card, but I'll show you how I finish the inside on this card in just a moment. Okay, so just take this piece, and we're just going to adhere it to the inside of the card. You can stamp on this piece if you want to. I actually, oh, you know what? Oh no, I think that's right. I think because the crease is just a little bit, you want to have the same amount of distance from here to here to here. So just make sure that happens. I feel like it's a little long on this side. I could have trimmed it a little bit, but because this is right next to the fold, it's not going to matter. This here and here and here make more of a difference. Okay. Then you're going to take a piece of designer series paper, also from the Friendly Hello, and this piece measures 2 3/4 inches by 4 inches. And just pick whatever pattern you want. I'm using this straight pattern, and we'll adhere that right to this front flap of the card. I love this fancy fold. It's so cool. Okay, so then we're going to create this piece. And this is 4 1/4 inches by 2 1/2 inches. It's a granny apple green. And we're going to take another piece of paper. And this one's 4 inches by 2 1/4. Also have the measurements for these on my blog. Just going to adhere this down. Okay. So then we're going to take a piece of basic white cardstock. This measures 4 inches by 3/4 of an inch. And we'll take our banner's Pick-a-Punch and we're just going to slide it in that 3/4 inch slot and give it a little punch to create this end like that. And then we're going to take some shaded spruce ink and we'll take this greeting here. Hope you have the best birthday. And I want to just stamp this pretty close to the end of my banner. And we'll just add some Tombow like that. And we'll add that right about here, like that. Okay, it's coming together. And then we're going to take some fresh freesia ribbon again. And I will need my locking tweezers, so let me get them ready. And I'll just need a kind of a tiny bit of length here. Make sure it's not twisted. I'll tie that first knot, and then we'll take the locking tweezers, and then we'll do one more. Okay, and then we'll cut this off at an angle, and this one off an angle as well. So on my card originally, I have the ribbon, kind of the ends are facing out this way. So you can decide what you want to do. If you want to have them facing inward, you can. Let me just grab this piece. So I'll show you in a second. You can switch that around if you don't like it facing that way. So I'm going to grab my Memento ink and stamp this little flower. And then if you're going to color it, I like to heat set it. Because sometimes this bleeds. Sorry, my heat tool is kind of off camera. It's caught. Here we go. All right. And then you can color it with Stampin' Blends. And I'm going to use Fresh Freesia. I'll use Fresh Freesia on the petals. You can kind of see how this goes. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. And then I'll take my dark Fresh Freesia and hit just around the middle a little bit where those lines are. And then I'll take, this is my light pale papaya. And I'll add that to the center. And then I'll just use a Granny Apple Green. This is the dark. I'll just hit the leaves real quick and the big long stem. And then I'll come in with the light, go over this leaf, and then hit the rest of the stems like that. And then you'll want to cut that out. And I did this off camera. And so then you're going to see, do you like the little pieces going this way to kind of come around like this? Or do you like them bent back that way? You know what? I think I'm going to do one either way. But I just wanted to show you, if you want to switch how this goes around, I just kind of make kind of like a little dent right here, and then I slide this off, and then I'll slide it back on going the opposite direction, because sometimes just the way you tie a bow, the ends will go a certain way. So for this one, since it's kind of a slip-on slip-off deal, you could easily do that and just switch the little things around. But we're gonna do it this way, and then we can see both cards and see which way we like better. Okay, so we're gonna need a little dimensional. Here we go. One of these dimensionals, and we'll stick it behind the flower and peel off the backing. And then we're just gonna tuck this right in here just to have a little flower piece. Put everything away. Okay. And then we'll have to be really careful because we don't want to glue this piece down here and then not be able to open up our card. So pick the halfway point, and you're going to just go slightly under the halfway point, and then just put Tombow on that side. And then when you put this on here, you kind of want to center it from top to bottom and from side to side. And when you like how it looks, then you're going to commit and press down so that it starts adhering. Kind of look at it, make sure it's straight. All right, so one little thing with this card, well, I'll show you first of all what I did. I did add a flower to the inside here. I used this flower right here. I stamped it, I colored it, and then I cut it out because I just wanted one flower. But if you wanted to, you could stamp both flowers directly onto your basic white piece and then color it right on there. But I just wanted the one flower, so if you want to do that, you can just cut it away and then add it to the front. I do think it looks nice to have a little flower or something on the inside. The one thing with this card right here is this piece right here around here will show. So if you're going to write on the inside of this card, what I would do is I would take a little pencil and put myself some little dots around the like the inside corner here. Okay, and then when I was writing, I would make sure I would write here, and I could write further out here, but not going outside of those, not putting anything outside right here in this section. That way you can make sure it still looks nice from the front, because if you have like writing sticking out here, I think it won't look quite as nice. So that's the one thing you'll have to be a little careful with if you're going to write on this card. But aren't they pretty? So I don't know. I think I actually like the ribbon facing this direction. I don't know. Either way, it will work. I think when you have that side-by-side comparison, sometimes you do favor a certain one. So there's that. And here are the other cards. And they're just like really pretty easy cards. And I love the greetings in this set. Hello, friend. Hope you have the best birthday. And there's one more, which I love. You have my love and support. And that's just a really good general one. And that one would go really nicely on the inside of the hello friend one. You have my love and support if you were sending them like a kind of a caring type of card. So there are the cards. And I'm going to come back over to you guys. I don't know which one you like better. I mean, I think everyone loves a fancy fold, right? Isn't that true? Everyone loves to do a fancy fold. And I'm so glad that our team's having another team stamping night. We have one a month. It's always the last Friday of the month. And we usually do a fancy fold card. Sometimes we've done a technique, which has been fun too, or sometimes we do a kit night. But it's just fun to get together, and you are all welcome to join my team. I know I have some team members on here today. And it's a great time to join my team because the starter kit is $99, and you get to pick $125 worth of product to go in your kit. And then you get to choose 2 additional stamp sets to add to your kit. So it's a great time to join. If you join this week before Friday, you can join us already for our team stamping night. So that would be fun. So let me know if you have any questions about that. I'm always happy to answer them. So that Friendly Hello bundle, you can choose it as one of the as a free item, free celebration item, up until February 28th. So you have 1 week left. If you're spending at least $50 with me, you'll also get to choose a tutorial. And this month I have such a cute little Hershey's bee tutorial. And you can choose this one or one of the other ones that I have. Please use my host code. And here it is. Where's my host code? If you're going to order, please use my host code. And then if you spend at least $50, you will get, these are the Rhinestone Wave Jewels. And that's going to be my gift for orders in February. And the free with purchase tutorial you can get as long as your order is over 15. The jewels, though, your order has to be at least 50. And I don't see why you wouldn't try and push it up to 50 anyway right now, because with every $50 or $100 you spend, you get a celebration item. So even though a $50 order wouldn't qualify for the Friendly Hello bundle, there are 7 other items, or 7 items you can choose from for the free with the celebration reward. That's it. All right, let me put that away. I'll leave the host. Whoa, I'm doing strange things to the host code. Okay, I'm going to leave the host code. I'm going to bring it down here, out of the way a little bit. And I want to talk to you guys, and I want to see how everyone's doing today. I hope you're having a happy Tuesday. Good morning, Ellie from New York. Ellie's on my team. So I know she's from New York. Good morning, Teresa from Oregon. Hello. Good morning, Karen from gloomy New Jersey. I think you have kind of the same weather as we do right now. It's very overcast this morning and a little foggy even outside, but I'm just glad that it's not raining or snowing. We're going to get rain in the afternoon though. So, oh well. Good morning, Connie from Denmark. I'm so glad that you joined me all the way from Denmark. That's so cool. Good morning, Betty from Oregon, and thank you for sharing. You're so sweet. Good morning, Karen. She says she loves this bundle. I do too, and I haven't used it enough yet. There's so many cool products. I just sometimes don't get to use everything quite as much as I should have, so I'm glad that I at least got a chance to show it today. Betty liked the tip for the tear and tape on the bow. Thank you. And you know that tip came about because my mini glue dots, they were not sticking so well because I would put them on the knot of the bow and the knot is not 100% smooth and they were starting to fall off after a while. So having that surface area really, really helps. Karen says she loves the card and it's easy to duplicate, and Betty agrees. It's easy to make this layout, and Betty says like make a bunch and have them on hand. And you know what? Hello, friend. You could stamp whatever you want on the inside. You can just leave the inside like this until you know what you're sending the card for, and then you can stamp the inside with another greeting. Karen likes both cards, and Betty does too. Yeah, fun folds, Karen. They're my favorite too because they're kind of unexpected, and people love to receive them. Good morning, Amy. Amy's lives just down the road from me, and I love that. She's also one of my team members. I'm so glad that you joined me this morning. Well, guys, I hope you have a great week. I will be back on Friday with another tutorial. And on Fridays, I do I kind of like to call it Fun Fridays because I either do a fancy fold or I do like a 3D project. So I hope you will join me live on YouTube at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, guys, have a great week until then. Bye bye.